Yeah, no, I definitely do agree because I feel like the partner that you choose is like a reflection of you at the end of the day because, you know, the values that they have, the morals that they have, and just the person that they are. And I believe in like power couples. So you should both bring something to the table. I know that the conversation that you had before, you felt like, you know, the male should always like be the breadwinner, be the provider. I feel like I agree. And from having a man that can provide, it does bring out the femininity within a woman.
Okay.
But then I do feel like it is possible for both of the like both female and male to be somewhat at this like somewhat the same level and provide as much as each other.
Okay. But I mean, see, I would love that, like, and that's ideal, but that's just not reality. Meaning, again, like women want to look up at their man, right?
Yeah.
In all like facets, right? That's why I always say most men are invisible to women. And what I mean by that is when you walk down the street, you're not even looking at the average guy, like what he's unattractive, his, you know what I'm saying, or even if you go to, let's just say, you know, where do you shop at? Tesco, Sainsbury's, Asda,
Like Morrison's.
Morrison's. When you go to Morrison's, the guy who's serving you, what's his name? The guy who's serving you. You don't know exactly,
Yeah.
like because you don't see him, right?
Yeah.
He's like he's invisible, right? However, you know, women see the kind of men of a certain caliber, that kind of top 10%, right? Who's attractive, who's popping on Instagram. Most guys' Instagram ain't even popping. So they don't even know how to use Instagram.
Do you feel like women have a higher standard than men do? Because men can, like, you know, give a chance to someone.
100%. Like, I'm not necessarily, when I'm looking for someone serious, I'm looking for certain values, certain traits, and usually they stem from like traditional like values. So I'm not necessarily gonna, you know, I'm gonna want her to kind of be part of my life. Meaning, yeah, if she has a business, sure, no problem, but that's gonna have to be on the back burner. Do you know what I'm saying? That's gonna have to be on the back burner, because I know for our relationship to last, right, and for it to be healthy, and in the future for my, you know, for her to be a good mother to my kids, that she's gonna need to prioritize that instead of her business. So eventually in the future, let's just say, if you know, if we have kids, she's gonna need to focus on them, because kids are the most important thing when it comes to like marriage. Do you know what I'm saying? So if there's no one at home looking after the kids, then who's gonna be looking after the kids? Like, and it's usually, and that's why kids come out a bit fucked up, because the father's absent, the mother's maybe working somewhere, and the kids get that nurturing that they're supposed to get from the mother is not there. So that's my thing on it, without getting into too much detail. But
no, I see your point of view, but then I feel like there can be a balance, because I feel like, okay, with the woman that you kind of want, you want them to just be like, the number one priority is like the kids and family, right? And then business and career second.
Sure.
Don't you think that the woman could have like a balance and be able to do both, as well as nurture her children and give them like a good childhood and like the love and care to make sure that they grow up, you know, properly? Because I'm pretty sure they do, and I feel like they can.
Again, can they? Sure, they can. But this is like, most women, it's impossible. Do you know what I'm saying? They can't, because it's too much. Looking after, I don't know if you know, like a lot of mothers or not. Yo, looking after one child, that's a whole full-time job right there. Do you know what I'm saying? Whether that's a boy or a girl.
Okay, but what about her dreams and her aspirations and what she wants to achieve? Imagine if that's not enough for her, like she doesn't feel fulfilled. Okay, cool, she's happy that she has a loving family, but she does have these dreams and aspirations on the side. But because she's in a family and she feels like, I have these responsibilities of just taking taking care of my children now, she might feel like, you know, a bit
it depends on the age of the child as well. So I think in the early stages it's very important. And you know what? They found out that, like, you know, truly, like, women don't even want to work like that, man. Like, women don't even want to work. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, they found out that in 2020, when it was the lockdown, right? A lot of, when we were all like at home and stuff like that, a lot of women chose, and when after that, when the lockdown was over, a lot of women chose just not to go back. Do you know what I'm saying? But going back to before, sure, she can have a business, but as I said, there's like primary goals and secondary goals, and there's a certain like biological imperative a woman has, which is to you know, have offspring with a high quality man, with the best man possible. So naturally, when she has a child, they did research on this as well. Most women naturally, they, you know, go to their jobs and they say, yo, like, I don't want to come back because my child is everything to me. Like, you know, and they usually don't go back. You know what I'm saying? They just look after the child. Now, in the early stages, I think mothers are very important, right? That nurturing, that soft side, and that love, right? Because a kid needs to receive like so much love during his or her early stages. Later on, if she wants to start a business when you know, the child is a bit older, and when it's not a child, then that's fine. I would say. But again, she needs to know like the priorities, like, do you know what I'm saying? So yeah, that's my thing. Go ahead.
Okay, so so you feel like during the early stages of like having the baby, the mother should make it her priority to make sure like she dedicates all her time while it grows up until it's like at a bigger age, and then she can like do her own thing.
100%. Yeah.
Okay.
So let me ask you a question that I usually ask all my guests. So out of these three things, looks, money, or status, and in order of importance.
So the first one, the most important.
First one is the most important, and the last one being the least.
So looks, money, and status. What do you mean by status, by the way?
So status, that he's got, he's known by his community, by his peers, he's, you know, well established, he's got something going on for himself. When other people see him, they recognize him, they know him. Status. And then money is financially, like, well off, financially free. And then looks, of course, physique, handsome, tall.
Okay, so my number one is looks, because I feel like you need to be attracted to the person.
Sure, 100%.
Like, I feel like that's very important, because although you may go for the person because of personality, looks still matter at any point of the relationship. So looks, and then my second one would be was it wealth?
So
money,
looks,
right?
Money, yeah.
Money. I think it'd be money, because obviously you'd want someone that you can be, like, if you want to start a family with him, especially like someone that is financially stable and that brings something to the table as much as you do. So that's very important. And the least important one for me is probably status, because...
So you don't really care much about clout? Like, it's not that important?
Not really, because what does that actually bring for me and our relationship? And for his growth? Cool, you can have friends and people that think you're bae or really cool and everything, but at the end of the day, like, that's not really like a priority. And I don't really care about what people think about him. Like, if I feel like he's a great person and he's doing well for himself, he's successful, why does it matter about what other people think of him? If he's doing well and he's good. Okay,
cool. So this man that you just described now, right? It seems like a 10 out of 10, to be honest. So what do you bring to the table for this man?
Is this the part of the question that you ask everyone else as well? Or just an additional one? Yeah. So what do I bring to the table? Well, I feel like as a couple, you both bring things to the table. It doesn't even have to be like materialistic stuff, like he needs to buy me things or spend a lot of money, take me out on dates. I just feel like it's you know, the knowledge, like things that you can teach them. Like you need to help be able to teach each other stuff.
Okay.
That it could be like knowledge or any like life skills, anything.
So you think he's looking for someone that teaches
someone
him?
that they can learn from? Because then if you're with someone that you don't really learn anything, you don't feel like you're growing as a person, it's just like, it's not really, I don't know.
So a man would look for you to teach him certain things, right?
To make him a better person.
To make him a
I
better
feel like
person.
anyone would be with someone to make them a better person, to help them grow.
I see. Okay, cool.
Sure,
any other questions you want to hit me with before we end it?
Other questions. Okay, actually, I have a good question. I feel like with your mindset and what you require and look for in a woman, it's quite orthodox. Do you feel like it would be easy to find a woman like that in this day of age?
That is a good question. That is actually a really good question. Perfect. No, it's not. Like it's very difficult. Mm-hmm. It's I always say like beautiful women are everywhere, but it's very hard to come by a good woman, right? So like beautiful women are everywhere. Like if you go on Instagram, like my DMs, you know what I'm saying? But it's to find a good woman who has a certain mindset, certain values. It's especially in a Western country, whether that's UK, US, or Canada, these Western countries, it's extremely difficult. Yeah. You know, because obviously we got to kind of peel it back a layer, like, and why is that? Like most women are not getting told to be good wives or good girlfriends. They're for instance, the push that media is giving them, or even like music. Like what are most girls listening to? Like Cardi B, Nicki Minaj, Megan Thee Stallion. I don't even know how you pronounce that shit. But like and these lyrics have really, they're very kind of harsh, aggressive, and they're kind of the worst type of characters to kind of follow. Do you know what I'm saying? When it comes to being in a good, healthy relationship, right?
I feel like that's very unfair, because why are men and male rappers being like able to produce music like this and literally like cuss down women and, you know, sexualize all of them? But when women do it, like female rappers like Nicki Minaj or Megan Thee Stallion, when they do it, why is it looked down upon, and why is it, you know, not okay? Because I feel like they're literally doing the same thing.
Yeah. But I mean, to that, I would say like men and women are not equal.
Yeah, but then we are trying to reach that equality, are we not? Hence to why like these female rappers feel like they're a bit more empowered to create music like this, because of how society is changing. You know, they feel like they can create music like this. Males can, so.
No, but these rappers, female rappers that we just mentioned, they're not happy. Where in those relationships they like that they've been in, that they are currently, like there's a reason why those men have kind of left and chose someone who is, you know, more submissive and not necessarily in these industries, right? Because they know deep down, like, this girl's a bit like, because let's just be honest, rapping, that's a whole like masculine, should I say, entertainment. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, it's 30 years ago, there wasn't many female rappers. Like there was probably Little Kim and Missy Elliott, and that's it. But now, obviously, there's an increase in female rappers, and I'm just gonna say this right now. No, they are not good role models at all. Like, I'm just gonna say this straight up and keep it 1,000. Like,
but then that means males creating the same music aren't good role models as well.
Oh yeah, 100%. I'm with you on that. Like drill, like drill. What do we have in the UK? Drill music
and what they influence and promote.
Yeah, I'm 100% with you on that. See, I'm fair, innit? I'm fair. See, like I always say that. Yeah.
But then, like, I feel like with these artists, like the women that we just mentioned, they just have more of masculine energy, and we can't really like blame them. Maybe they feel more comfortable showing it in this day of age. So you don't even know, like over time, maybe more women will feel more comfortable showing that masculine energy.
Yeah.
They probably
But don't you think they've gotten a bad deal? Because yes, they've got all the money and status, right? These female rappers, but they haven't accomplished their biological imperative, and they know that. Meaning, that quality man is not going to look at them because he's just going to look for someone younger, more feminine, submissive. He ain't going to try and wife. He's going to smash that, but he ain't going to wife a female rapper. Like, that's not going to happen. And it's evident. Like, look at all the Cardi B and Offset, whatever it may be, and all these other female rappers that I don't want to get into. Like, just look at their relationships. That's all you have to do to see how kind of weird these relationships are, and how many times each of them step out and stuff like that.
Yeah, it's very unstable.
Yeah.
I feel like it's got to do with like their type and the kind of men they look for as well. Like with Cardi B and Offset, I feel like, especially like with her, like how she was brought up and like the people that she knows, her circle, I feel like that's literally her type. Offset, I don't think she'd go for like a very traditional man that would like, you know, pattern her and be like, just focus on your wife and kids. So I feel like they both kind of play a part, because that's her type at the end of the day, and that's the kind of man she wants to be with. And I feel like they are stable in some way because they're basically millionaires. What could they ever feel vulnerable about? Because they'll never ever be in a situation where they need to depend on a man, because they're millionaires themselves.
And I think, like, in terms of Cardi B, right, just to kind of stick to that, they're like pretty much lying as well, meaning they're saying to be this bad B and all this kind of stuff. But I don't know if you know, but there's actually a video that Offset, that's, you know, that recorded her, because she says in her lyrics, I don't cook no clean, but still got a ring, right? That's one of her lyrics. But she's doing all of that, meaning Offset was recording her like fully like in some like rags, like I think like vacuum,
she was cleaning,
something like that, cleaning.
Yeah.
So do you see how messed up that is? Like, the lyrics are pushing young girls, like the generation of young girls, like, yo, be this like bad
independent,
bitch. But meanwhile, she's actually being a decent like wife behind the scenes. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, definitely. No, it's true. She's like, she's giving off the wrong image and like trying to influence young girls to like be this independent woman. You don't need to, you know, do so much for a man, make them come for you kind of thing. But I don't know,
perfect. So, any other questions?
No, I think I've answered
we'll
the
end it
questions.
there then. All right, guys. I hope you enjoyed this episode. Do all of that, like and subscribe, and share this video, because a lot of the stuff I'm saying right now, it's not popular and it won't get pushed in the algorithm necessarily. So I need you guys to do all of that. Other than that, guys, take care and see you on the next one.